My name is Bobby Milton. I'm the owner-founder of Perfect Exteriors. I service practically the entire southeast coast, all the way from Beaufort, South Carolina, down to St. Augustine, Florida. I started a company to help educate homeowners on how they can reduce the maintenance associated with the exteriors of their home. With an engineering background, I do a lot of research on products that are unique in the industry that probably haven't been recognized by homeowners because of marketing. And I'm here today to help you understand what causes paint to fail. And let's go ahead and get right into that. The homeowners that I've talked to over the years have all agreed that heat from the sun and the sun's UV, moisture from water and humidity, and even the cold due to the temperature fluctuations causes traditional paint to fail. And experts in the industry agree with that. There is a discrepancy, however, in one of the other reasons as to why paint fails, and that's poor paint preparation. I'm going to tell you that preparation is an excuse for paint-related failures, and it is a myth, it's a lie. But we'll get more into that in just a little bit. First of all, let's talk about the heat. Acrylics have been around for more than 40 years, and is basically what we're talking about in the Armor-X coating that I'm about to show you some properties of. The most significant contribution or change to the formulation of Armor-X is the invention of the ceramic microsphere that has been developed by 3M. Now, this is what the ceramic looks like in its natural state. But in an effort to help you understand more about what it looks like, this is what it looks like when you look at it under a 100-power viewfinder, little gizmo that I bought from Radio Shack, and then took a picture with the camera that I'm videoing this with, and here it is. And the significance of what you're seeing is that the ceramic is uniformly shaped and is hollow and is gas filled. Now, the significance of the shape and the fact that it's gas filled is that the ceramic is an extremely efficient reflector of heat, which is, again, one of the causes of traditional paint-related failures. Now, this is a steel ruler, and you can see that it's got this gray matter on it. It's actually the Armor-X coating over the steel. And what I want to illustrate to you is that the coating, because it has the ceramic in it, is unaffected by extreme heat. Now, it's reasonable to assume, you can see that's very hot, and it's reasonable to expect that the coating would smoke or burn, or even that it would be very difficult to hold this in my hand. But if you'll look or listen, you can hear it sizzle all the way to the coating's edge. Point being that the ceramic protects the coating from the extreme heat, as you just saw, and it's also going to protect whatever you put it on, whether it's stucco or cedar wood or T111, some of the more common sidings that you find on homes today. Let's talk a little bit about the moisture that impacts the coatings or paint's performance. Paint is so breathable that it actually absorbs moisture. We refer to breathability in our industry in terms of permeability, or perm for short. To put things in perspective, paint is so breathable, it has a perm rating of about 30. It actually absorbs the moisture and is what accelerates paint-related failures. Because once that moisture gets in behind the paint, the sun tries to dry it out. It can't evaporate fast enough, therefore the paint begins to flake because pressure builds behind the paint. The manufacturer of Armor-X uses a hydrophobic resin that I'm putting my finger in. Hopefully you can see this. That resin actually shields and protects my finger from the moisture. The coating, having a permeability perm rating of 18, is actually waterproof, but it's breathable enough to where it does not trap vapor moisture in the substrate behind your wood, in your exterior walls, what have you, and sets up a condition for mold and mildew. Now, one of the things that I need to point out about the heat reflectivity is that this is a piece of siding off of a home that we did in Richmond Hill not too long ago, Richmond Hill, Georgia. The house caught on fire. The homeowner called me and said, you need to come take pictures of my house. And I thought there was a problem with the coating, but then he went on to explain that, in fact, there had been a fire. Didn't sound like a homeowner that was very disappointed, but in fact, he was excited that his house actually was saved by the coating, according to the fire inspector. So you can see the back side of this wood and how charred it is, and then the front side of the wood, the coating limited the amount of available oxygen to the wood, therefore limiting the flame spread. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is preparation being the reason paint fails. Do a lot of trade shows up and down the eastern seaboard. In some of the larger shows, I'm always met by some of the factory reps for Sherwin-Williams, paint store owners for Benjamin Moore, and I'm met with skepticism about the performance capabilities of the Armorex coating. And eventually that they get comfortable enough to come up to me in the booth and ask me, does this stuff really last as long as the manufacturer claims? Then we go through the litany of why does paint fail? Heat, cold, moisture, the sun's ultraviolet. And then also preparation. Well, if I pose the question, Mr. Representative, if I take a brand new house, clean it properly, apply the factory recommended caulking and the factory recommended primer, and use your best product, will your paint fail? And reluctantly, the question, or the answer rather, is always yes. So you have to conclude that there's no paint compatibility issues because there's no paint on a new house. So you're not having to worry about compatibility issues. What I'm pointing out to you is that what I said earlier about paint failing because of preparation is a myth. It's a lie. It's an excuse. Paint companies for decades have known why paint fails, but only a limited number decided to correct the problems associated with paint, recognizing that it was going to be more costly, recognizing that it was going to have to be an elite group of paint contractors, paint crews that were very meticulous about how they apply the product, if indeed the manufacturer was going to stand by a product for the life of the homeowner and it go over existing paint. Hopefully you have found this video informative and you've got enough interest to give me a call so we can evaluate your home. Thanks for sharing this, and look forward to having your feedback.